Now we shall see what are the achievements of the World Bank. When we look into the achievements of the World Bank, particularly the primary objective is what? Reconstruction and development of the war-ravaged economies. That is the countries which are badly hit because of the wars and all. So when you see, many of the European countries were very badly hit because of the world wars, after the world wars. So it has brought back many of the countries which were devastated because of the world wars to the developing stages. So many particularly many of the European countries have utilized the benefits of the World Bank, and the World Bank has taken a major role in bringing the European countries into the developed situation. And when you see the membership of the World Bank, initially there were only 30 member countries. Okay, it has increased to 68 member countries. Initially, it was the inception was in 1945. Initially, there were only 30 countries, and in 1960 there were almost, it increased to 68, from 45 to 60, almost 15 years it has increased to 68 from, and it has increased to 151 in the year 88, and right now in 2016 it is 189 members are the member countries are there in the World Bank. Next is the bank, it grants medium, long term, short term for a period of 15 to 20 years. The purpose is only for reconstruction development. It goes because whenever it is for reconstruction development, it will take a long period to rebuild a country. When they require structural changes in a country, it requires a long time, for which the repayment period is given as 15 to 20 years. Next is, I told you, many of the European countries have have enjoyed the benefits financed by the World Bank for their reconstruction programs. And recently, initially the European countries were only benefited. Later on, when the number of member countries had increased, the poorer countries started enjoying the benefits of the World Bank. The World Bank, it grants loans to the member countries for what purpose? Only for productive purposes, particularly in agriculture sector, irrigation sector, power projects, and in transportation. See, many of the developed countries, they have good amount of transportation network system, is it? All this is because of the fundings which are being given by the IMF and the World Banks. Next is, by strengthening the infrastructure needed, definitely the country would be developed as such. Next is, one of the affiliates of the World Bank is the IDA, that is International Development Association. This International Development Association has provided good amount of loan facilities to the member countries at a very low rate of interest. Okay, I think it has started this year. The IDA, the International Development Association, that is, it has provided soft loan window it is a soft loan window of the bank, where it provides to the underdeveloped countries, they provide at a very low rate of interest. That is the reason, okay, mainly why it is being provided, to reduce the inequalities between the member countries. But even now, though it has provided so much of soft loans at a lesser rate of interest, still many of the African countries are yet to improve economically in their economical status. When you see, many of the African countries are still at the poorest state only. When you look into what is the relationship between India and the World Bank, see, the name International Bank for Reconstruction and Development was first suggested during 1944 in that Bretton Woods Conference. It was suggested only by India to the drafting committee that we can have this particular name as for the international organization. So from then on, India has developed a very good relationship with the present World Bank, that is IBRD. So whatever the policies which were implemented, India had taken part, has a good role in the policies and the decision making and in the implementation of these policies. Not only that, India has not only taken part in the decision making or in the policy framing or in the implementation, but we have been benefited so much. We have got so much of large financial benefits for our economic development. And the special mention when we need to mention is many of our infrastructure development projects like electric power projects, transport project, communication, and the irrigation project and the steel industries, or for everything we have got benefits or we have got financial assistance from the World Bank only. Next is the one of the affiliates, the IFC, International Finance Corporation, which is the World Bank has assisted number of projects, and particularly the IFC, it has prioritized, okay, 5 priority areas where it has to extend the facilities to India. First thing is for capital development market. We need to enhance our capital formation. For that, it has assisted, and for it to increase a foreign investment in India, the World Bank has assisted, and to access foreign market, for us to develop international trade, it has assisted, and equity investment in new and expanding companies. Like India has to invest in new companies outside, as well as new companies also can enter India and do their investment, for which equity investment was also given good importance. And finally, to expand our companies and the infrastructure, the World Bank has helped a lot. Apart from that, the poverty alleviation programs, whichever was implemented in our country, was also helped by the World Bank. See, all these financial assistance, we have been the top person in utilizing all the financial benefits from World Bank and IMF. Everything was there. We were the first beneficiary country to enjoy the benefits, to enjoy the maximum benefits, because we were paying the interest and we had a good relationship with the member countries also. Till 1980, when China became the member of the World Bank, no, China has started becoming the first largest beneficiary of the World Bank. Till then, only India was the largest beneficiary of the assistance given by the World Bank to the member countries. Next is India and IBRD, a sustainable relationship. Whatever I told you is only given here. What are the different constituents of the World Bank, which we saw in that flow chart? It is given in words here. Okay, when we talk of this ICSID 1966, India is not its member. Okay, India is not a member of this ICSID. In all the other organizations, India is a member, and India is one of the founding members of IBRD, IDA, IFC, World Bank. Okay, and it has funded agricultural missionaries projects has been approved, and first investment of IFC in India took place in 1959 with 1.5 million US dollars. We became a member of MIGA in 1994, and India has an executive director in the board of directors of IBRD, IFC, and IDA and MIGA also. So just imagine, our Indian members represent the executive director. But right now, in this present situation, in today's environment, we have taken up a very top position in the World Health Organization itself, because that much is a contribution of India to the world organizations. In the next class, and now the time is almost 8 minutes over there, 20 minutes I think. Okay, fine. Shall I start World Trade Organization, children? Okay, I shall just finish only the objectives now. Objectives of World Trade Organization I shall take. Next is World Trade Organization. This is another international organization, particularly facilitating the development of international trade. It was established in the year 1995, and it is a successor of GATT. Previously, GATT was there. Okay, when international trade started in 1945, only every member country should sign the GATT agreement. So, after which the World Trade Organization was established in 1995. Then on, GATT was no longer in existence. Okay, WTO replaced GATT. So, the international organization set up a permanent body, and it looked into all the spheres of trade and trading of goods and services, and it had intellectual property rights. There a Dunkel, please underline this, the Dunkel draft, it was formulated by Arthur Dunkel, the Secretary General, became the base for the establishment of WTO. Underline that. Every 2 years, the member countries they would meet, they would discuss and settle the important issues relating to trade. Okay, the first WTO conference, it was held at Singapore. The first WTO organization, it was held at Singapore. Just a second, again it went to the previous chapter. See, whenever I go with the WPS drive, this is the problem. Just a second, children. Just wait, hold on. Okay, fine. So, the first World Trade Organization conference was held in Singapore in 1996. The conference was held in Argentina in 2017. Just underline this also, Argentina in South America. Okay, and now it is again, see, the planning for the 2020, it was planned for the World Trade Organization to have the World Trade Organization conference in Kazakhstan. Okay, it is in central part of Asia, I think, Central Asia somewhere. Okay, so it was planned to have the 2020, because every 2 years it meets to decide the issues of trade, and trade related matters were only discussed in World Trade Organization. And in 1996 it was in Singapore, in 2017 it was in Argentina, and it was supposed to have its conference in 2020 in Kazakhstan, but now only the video conferencing had taken place. Next, this is this picture here. It is the headquarters of World Trade Organization, which is located at USA, New York, and it is it is featured the landmark, the Twin Towers. Okay, it was established in 73 and later it was destroyed in 2001 due to the aircraft, due to a craft attack, and all the international businesses which involved international trade, it was the center. Okay, you call it as the Twin Towers of the World Trade Organization. Next is what is the objective of World Trade Organization? The main objective of World Trade Organization is to bring about a good prosperity among the member countries through international trade. So, first thing is to ensure reduction of tariff or other barriers. Whenever any countries have posed any barriers for international trade, to reduce those barriers and tariff, the World Trade Organization was set up. Next is to eliminate discrimination of trade. See, many a times what happens is few countries will not have trading transaction with few less developed countries because of the problem of balance of payment. So, to eliminate the discrimination between trade, the the World Trade Organization was established. Next is to facilitate higher standard of living. See, many of the developed countries enjoy a very high standard of living, which should also be enjoyed by the less developed countries and the poorer countries. So, to increase the standard of living of the member countries, it is established. Next is it facilitates the optimal use of world's resources. See, the resources which might be natural resources or man-made resources are not uniformly spread in the world. So wherever the resources are there, the resources have to be optimally utilized by the member countries, for which the World Trade Organization facilitates. Next is to enable the low developed countries to secure fair share in the growth of international trade. See, when you talk only when there is international trade, the low developed countries could benefit with the could have a good relationship with the developed countries and thereby get the benefits which are associated with international trade. Next is ensuring a good linkage between the trade policies, environmental policies and sustainable development policies. To have a good link between what? The trading policies, to protection of the environmental policies, and apart from that, finally the sustainable development. All these policies should be linked only through the international trade, which could happen only when there is an established international organization which connects all the countries which are involved in international trade. Now, in the next class, let us see what are the agreements which are signed by the World Trade Organization. Okay, in the next class. With this, I shall wind up the class, and today I will not be giving you homework because I want you to prepare for the Saturday test. Okay, children, have a good day. Bye.